Continue ha. So, ngayon, balikan natin yung column natin. Again, ito kasing, actually, pwede na nating palitan tong dalawa. Di ba kanina, this is made of slab. Since meron na tayong profile, palitan na lang natin siya para mas madali natin siyang i-control. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi dito, this one, yung profile nito, kapag ginawa ko itong halimbawa 2.5 by 5,000 by 5,000, tingnan natin. Diba? Yung kanina, yung parang octagon pero may chamfer siya. Pero gawin natin itong 2.5. Okay? Ngayon, look at this ha. Diba yung kanina, ang sabi ko sa inyo, 5,000 lang yung pier, 5,000, and then from 5,000 to 8,000, yun yung tapered. Tama? So dito, 8,000, kung titingnan nyo itong, kung pupunta kayo dito sa edit, and then split, edit, split, iselect nyo itong column, itong pier, and then, look, nakita nyo? So, na-notice nyo yung na-notice nyo na merong dimension dyan kung saan mo i-split kapag iminove mo yung cursor mo. Ulit ha. Okay. Look. From edit menu, punta ka rito sa split. So once na ma-select mo yung split, siselect mo yung object. So once na ma-select mo yung object, pick the position for the split. So pag i-minove mo yung cursor mo, lalabas din yung position kung saan mo i-split sa 3,000. So pag i-click mo itong 3,000, see? Split na siya, di ba? Dalawa na. So ngayon, itong nasa taas, ang gagawin natin dyan, i-select mo ngayon yung profile na PRT, apply and okay, and then modify. Again, okay, ulit ha. Okay, look. Column or pier, split. So, i-select mo yung pier and then i-move mo yung mouse. So, makikita mo yung numeric value na mag-i-split siya sa 3 meters. Pwedeng 4 meters, pwedeng 2 meters, or kung anong gusto nyo. So, dahil 3 meters yung kailangan natin, i-click ko lang ulit. And then makikita mo, nag-split na siya, di ba? Okay, to identify that this one is splitted, we can change the color. Ayan, magkaiba ng kulay. Okay? And then, yung nasa taas, palitan ngayon natin ng profile na PRT, which is the tapered pier. And that's it. So, kung gusto mo, palitan mo uli ng kulay para magpareho siya. There. Ulitin lang uli natin dito ha. Dito sa side na to. Same lang, same procedure. Split. Select the pier. And then move the position where you want to split. And then click again. There you go. And then this one. Change this one to PRT. Apply and okay, and then modify. And that's it. So, eto na ngayon yung... So, dito sa dalawa, pwede mo na siyang i-delete and then kopyahin mo na lang. Copy. 1, 2. There you go. Sa crosshead na tayo. Okay, ulitin ko lang yung crosshead ha. Sa crosshead, ito yung crosshead natin originally. Diba? Square lang siya. Crosshead, no? So ngayon, sa crosshead, actually, kung gusto mo na less yung cutting, pwede tayo, naalala nyo kanina, nag-create tayo ng sarili nating profile, di ba? Pwede rin naman natin gawin yon para for less cutting. Okay? Pero kung sakali na ayaw mong gumawa ng sarili mong profile, then you can do the cutting like this. So, sa cutting, select mo yung create default views of part. So, kailangan ko ng default views of part, ha? Una, kailangan kong pumunta rito sa front view. Okay? So, sa front view, ang unang cutting ko is 500 by 500. So, okay, tingnan natin kung pwede kong gawin yung control key. Okay, look, this one will be a different way of cutting without using the construction point. So, polygon cut, i-select mo yung part to be cut. Okay, and then from here, this is my reference point. Okay, 1, 500. Okay, 500. And then, para makakuha ko ng 500 from here, kailangan kong i-pick uli ito, but pressing the control key, and then go for 500 uli. Yan. And then, here, para makuha ko naman yung 4,500, I will press the control key, and then 4,500. And then, this one, and then middle button of your mouse. So, kung mapapansin mo, kinrate ko yung cut without using the construction point. Okay? But again, syempre at first medyo mahirap dahil kailangan alam mo gamitin yung control keyboard. Okay? So kung hindi mo alam gamitin yung control keyboard, then we can go back to the original way. So again, points. This one, negative 500, apply. So 500, 500. And then 4,500. Siguro, at this point of time, mas madali itong gawin. Kasi meron kang mga points na kailangang i-pick. Okay? So, balikan natin yung polygon cut. So, pick the part to be cut and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Nagkamali ako ng click. Press the backspace. Pag nagkamali ka ng click, hindi mo na kailangang ulitin lahat. Backspace lang para doon sa latest pick point mo. And then, middle button of your mouse. There you go. Okay? So again, copy mirror lang uli. Copy, mirror. I think, yes. And next is I'm going to use the side view. Itong side view na to. Control 4. Okay? So dito sa side view, again 500, negative 500. Apply. So maglalagay uli ako dito ng points. And then using the cut line cut. So select and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So ibig sabihin, select mo muna yung part to be cut and then 1, 2, the direction, and then select mo yung side kung ano yung i-remove mo. Yun ang line cut. So ito na yung ating So, maybe in this shape, instead of a straight cut, we can make it a curve, okay, on the side. So, kung gusto natin na curve, yung cut dito sa side, pwede nating i-curve siya. Pero, kailangan natin ng construction object, which is, kung pupuntahan nyo yung edit and then construction object, makikita nyo yung circle. Pwede nyo i-click yung circle and then click the construction circle 3 points. Construction circle 3 points. Ano yung construction circle 3 points? Makakapagbuo siya ng circle by picking the 3 points. Look, 1, 2, and then naglagay ako dito nag-copy lang ako ng 500 sa baba para maklik ko yan as 3 points. Okay? And there you go. See? Kita nyo? curve siya, di ba? Ang difference niya doon sa straight is this. Ito yung straight. Ayan. Ayan yung straight. Ito yung curve. So ngayon, kung ikakat natin siya as curve, tanggalin natin tong straight. Pwede tayong gumamit ng polygon cut. So, look at this. 1, 2, click mo lang yung yung circle. Okay? So kung mapapansin mo, nag-click ako dito sa circle and then yung handle natin, pwede natin gawing arc point. So curve na siya. Okay? In case na gusto nyong gawing curve. Okay? Pero it's an option. Para at least meron tayong variation sa mga shapes. Okay? Hindi lang yung straight. So, pwede natin gawin yan doon sa kabila. I-copy na lang natin to. Copy. Copy. Mirror. So, punta tayo sa top view. Copy mirror. Ayun. So, tanggalin na natin tong reference. And then, meron na tayong cut. Okay. Okay. To repeat, again, this one I'm going to repeat this one. It's a straight one. So, ang ginawa ko lang dito, kinopya ko tong points na to, minove ko 500 para meron akong 3 points na ipipick. Okay? And then, all I have to do is to go to this construction object, circle, but I need to choose the 3 points by 3 points. So, select mo lang yung part na to, 1, and then 2, and then yung 500 sa baba. Pwede mo rin naman, kung gusto mo naman ng less na curve, ibaba mo pa siya. Ayan, ganyan yung pagka-curve niya. Pero para medyo kita yung pagka-curve niya, ginawa ko lang sa 500. Ito ngayon yung reference natin na construction object. So from that construction object, what I will do is use the polygon cut, right? And then select the part, and then 1, 2, kahit saan dyan, sa circle na yan, kahit sa, basta na-pick mo yung part ng circle na yon, 3, 4, and then middle button of your mouse. Then remember, magkakaroon siya ng handle sa gitna, select mo lang siya, and then palitan mo siya ng arc point, and then enter. And there you go. So you have now the circle, select mo lang to, and then delete. Okay? So, close mo lang siya. Ngayon, para malinis natin tong view, pwede mo nang tanggalin yung mga construction point dyan. Okay? Construction point. And then, para mas malinis itong view, double-click the view properties. Makikita mo, meron tayong display. And then, turn off mo lang yung cuts and fittings. I-off mo lang siya. Pag in-off mo na siya, yan, malinis na yung ating view. See? So, meron na siyang parang architectural features dahil, alam mo naman, pag architectural, may konting curve. Okay, again, kung medyo nahihirapan kayong maglagay ng curve na yon, you can just simply cut it straight. Okay, no worry. Pero at least, you know that we can do that one as a curve. Okay, so ang gagawin lang natin dito, again, just simply copy this one, copy, linear, from this point to this point. So, 1, 2, 3, 3 copies. Ayun, meron na tayong. Then, i-redraw nyo lang. Yung W natin kanina, di ba? Kasi pag once nag-copy dyan, lumalabas uli yung cuts. So, redraw para mawala yung cuts. So, at the moment, straight lang tayo. Linear lang tayo. So, tomorrow, kapag meron na tayong alignment, then we can follow the alignment. Okay? So, yes, we're done with this. Crosshead and okay? So, halimbawa, meron tayong may cuts tayo dito, di ba? So, usually kasi ganyan eh. Minomodel muna natin, then suddenly, ay, meron palang cut. So, paano ko uulitin ngayon doon sa tatlong beam na pare-pareho sila? Pero na-i-model ko na. Ayaw mo namang, ito, i-delete ko ulit, then copy. Pwede naman yon. I-delete ko lahat yon and then copy. Pero, kung since nakapag-create ka na ng identical beam, and then para i-copy mo yung detail na ginawa mo from one crosshead to another crosshead, all you have to do is this. Nakita nyo itong select assemblies. Kindly click select assemblies. Select assemblies. Okay? Naselect na natin yung assemblies. Then, iselect natin itong yung first assembly, yung first object na ginawa natin ng cuts. Okay? Then, right-click. Makikita nyo, copy all content to another object. Nakita nyo, merong all content to another object. Again, nakita nyo? Sa copy special, all content to another object. And then, all you have to do is pick the destination object. So, tingnan nyo. 1, 2, 3. So, yung option na yan, not only work for cuts, but kung meron kang reinforcement na ginawa dito sa isa, and then you have the identical, you can copy to another object. Ha? So, or kung meron kang ginawang cut dito, pwedeng copy to, or kung meron kang inilagay na steel embedded part doon sa object na yon, pwedeng copy to another object or copy all content to another object. And then, i-turn off uli natin yung ating cuts and fittings, modify, and then balik uli tayo doon sa select component, ha? Kanina kasi sinelect assemblies natin eh. Select components ulit tayo. Select components.
Sir, for example po, kapag kunyari sa bearing, masasama din po ba yung pag-content?
Yes. Okay. Let's do the bearing. Okay? Let's do the bearing. Yung bearing, okay, from here, doon sa right-hand side, sa right-hand side, makikita nyo, meron tayong application and component, di ba? Application and component. So, kindly select this 3 bar and then import custom component. Kindly import custom component. Sige, click nyo yan. Import custom component. Okay, ulit. On the right-hand side, mapapansin nyo, meron tayo ditong tatlong icon, 4 na box dito sa baba, which is application component and components. So, i-click nyo yan, application and components, and then, kapag lumabas natin application and component, lalabas na yung 3 bars. 3 bars. So, from that 3 bars, okay, from that 3 bars, kindly select import custom component. Import nyo yung custom component. Ngayon, ano yung i-import natin? Naalala nyo yung Naalala nyo yung Dennis folder? From Dennis folder? Hanapin nyo yung HYD bearing. Hanapin yung HYD bearing. Okay? import custom component, and then i-select nyo yung HYD bearing. Okay, ngayon, type nyo rito bearing. Nakita nyo? After nyo ma-import, i-type nyo yung bearing. Then, i-right click nyo siya and then you add to favorite. Right click and add to favorite. Kasi dito, pwede kang mag-create ng mga favorite items mo na gagamitin. So, add to favorite. So, i-type nyo yung bearing, ha? Lalabas to. Nakita nyo? Bearing. So, then right-click, and then add to group, favorite. Okay na? Okay. So, look. Paano natin gagamitin ngayon yung bearing na yan? Okay. Okay. So, once na-kinlose mo yan, mapapansin mo, meron na ngayon ditong favorite, makikita mo na yung HYD bearing. So, i-double click nyo yan. Kindly double click the bearing. So, makikita nyo, meron siyang, yan. Ito na yung, hindi siya fully detailed, pero as a presentation of bearing, it could be like this. Okay? And then, the thing here is, as you can see here, meron akong ginawang option dito na tawag dito, control depends on the slope. Minsan kasi, di ba, merong yung slope is pa ganito, minsan pantay. So, meron tayong ginawang option dito. So, later on, pwede mong i-move siya. And then at the same time, yung mga dimension nito, pwede mong laruin kung anong size siya. Okay? So, paano ngayon gagamitin ito? Okay. Ang paggamit nito is this. Okay. From here, halimbawa, okay, look ha. Halimbawa, from here, from this point to this point, hatiin natin siya ng into 5 spacing. Ano lang, just for an example ha, pero pwede nyo namang mag-decide kung saan nyo ilalagay yung bearing. Gusto ko lang ipakita sa inyo paano ginagamit, paano i-add yung bearing. Okay? One way, of course, you can model it one by one. But, you know, if you model that one by one, lot of procedure. Okay? Pero kaya meron tayong component to make our work easier. Okay, so look. Ang gagawin ko rito, just for example, punta tayo dito sa points and then maglalagay ako dito ng 5. Apply. Ano yung 5? Ibig sabihin, kapag ipinik ko itong midpoint nito at saka midpoint nito, magkakaroon ako ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bearings. Kung ipipik ko yung 5 points na yan. Pero, kung halimbawa, this time around, ang lalagyan ko ng bearing is itong 2 point lang na to. Yung 2 point lang sa gitna. Kasi meron akong idea later kung bakit. Okay, look. Select mo yung bearing. Ang nakalagay dyan, pick the main part. Pick the main part. So, select mo yung main part. And then, pick the position. Ano yung position? This one. Main part, position. This one. So, ayun na yung bearing mo. And then, kung nalilitan ka sa bearing, then of course, you can always change this one. Halimbawa, ang bearing mo is 600 by 800 dito. Modify. Ayun. So, select mo lang to and then modify. So, it could be a different size. Okay, gets? Yes. Ngayon, going back to your question. Hindi ko naman nalimutan yung question mo. Okay, so look. Naka-select component tayo, di ba? Select components. Kasi itong bearing is a component. Ngayon, kapag isinelect ko tong component na to, right-click, copy special to another object. Kanina, nung nag-select tayo ng assembly, all content to another object. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung content ng assembly na yon, ika-copy niya. Ngayon, this time around, nag-select tayo ng component, makikita mo rito to another object. Ibig sabihin, kung ano yung selected item mo, yun lang yung ika-copy mo. Okay? So, two different things, ha? Yung isa kanina, all content, kung ano yung part ng assembly. Ngayon, this time, kung ano lang yung sinelect mo. Halimbawa, sinelect ko itong dalawang assembly na to, or component na to, to another object. Okay? So, i-pick mo yung source, and then yung destination. Clear? Pero dito, I will not use this one. Kasi, meron akong ibang plano rito. Ang gagawin ko is this. Destination dito. Pero, I'm going to move this one. Move to here. Okay? Maybe 1,000. Hindi pala. Hindi pwedeng i-move ng 1,000. Okay, anyway. Ang gagawin ko rito is, I'm going to delete. So, ulitin ko. Gagawa ako rito ng online. Okay? From this point to this point. Okay? And then, what I will do is, I'm going to move this one 1,000 from here. And then, copy these 2 points. Copy. And this one is 2,000 from here. Bakit? Kasi, copy. Copy. 2,000 from here. Why? So that here, I can just simply pick 1, 2. Hindi siya nag-move. Okay, anyway, hindi pala siya nag-move kasi nasa center siya. So, hindi ko nalagyan siya ng, hindi ko siya nalagyan ng, anyway, should be okay. Ang gagawin lang natin dito is i-explode lang natin siya. Explode. And then, once na na-explode mo na siya, pwede mo na siyang i-move. Move special linear. So, from this point to this point, 1,000. Parang ganyan.
Akong baga po sa nakabind po siya sa center.
Nakabind siya sa center. Inilagay ko kasi siya sa nabind ko siya sa center. Hindi sa dito sa side. So, ang gagawin lang natin diyan is i-move ko siya diyan. Okay, center. And then dito, maglalagay ako ngayon dito ng panibago. Which is again, points online. And then move 1 meter. Copy 2 meters. So ito yung ating So bakit naglagay ako dito sa side? Kasi ang bala ko dyan, maglalagay ako dyan ng bridge girder. Yung isa bridge deck, yung isa bridge girder. So combination. Okay? So ngayon, paano natin ika-copy yan? So copy na lang siya. Copy, hindi copy special ha. Bakit copy? Kasi kapag copy, ibig sabihin, pwede mo siyang parang copy multiple. See? Alright? And then here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Or ito, copy na rin natin lahat yan from this point to this point. Okay? Alright, so don't forget to save. Okay, any question? $5 meters. Okay, so okay, nakita nyo yung itong mga points na to na ginawa natin. Itong mga points na to. Ang gagawin ko dyan, isi-select ko siya like this. Okay, select like this one. Shift key para ma-select natin. Kaya ako naman siya isinelect ng ganito is to move. Okay, to move. Right click and then move linear. So from this point to this point, from move linear, from this point to this point, going up is 240, gawin lang natin tong 0, and then move, para nandoon siya sa top. Wala. Pag ni-redro nyo, mawawala siya, di ba? Palitan nyo lang yung yung visibility up. Pasuyo naman, kindly go to your catalog and then select the profile catalog. Yung ginawa natin kanina, di ba? Yung profile catalog. Mag-import tayo ng profile for our bridge gear there. Okay? So, I want you to go back to the profile catalog. Okay, so ngayon, okay, the reason na pina-import ko sa inyo yung profile kasi meron akong ginawa dyan na box girder. Box girder, okay? So from here, I want you to, again, punta ulit tayo sa kanina, di ba, nag-import tayo ng bearing? So, same thing. Same thing. I want you to import custom component, but this time, i-click nyo yung box girder. Bridge girder yata yun. Bridge girder. Saglit, ha?
Profile catalog na parang
Hindi. Dito tayo sa application and component. Ulit, ha? Dito sa application and component, kasi custom component na yung kukunin natin eh. Hindi na siya combination yun ng profile at saka custom component. So, punta tayo dito sa import. And then, punta kayo doon sa, yun nga, yung from Dennis. Makikita nyo dyan is bridge girder, UEL. Bridge girder UEL. So, open nyo lang siya. And then, i-add nyo uli siya sa favorite. So, punta tayo dito sa bridge. Type nyo yung bridge. Ayan ha. Makita nyo, bridge girder. Add to favorite. Para madali siyang tingnan. Hindi ko nalagyan siya ng picture pero ayan siya, bridge girder.
Yung sa akin po, sir, may lumabas po na existing property. Yung sabihin po ba yun, sir, na-add ko kasi siya sa custom?
Yes. Kung merong existing profile, iyan mo lang siya. I-combine mo lang siya or merge. Okay. So, ang mangyayari dito, parang ako is kailangan ko ring mag-import ng profile. So, import. Kailangan ko rin gawin yung yung ginawa nyo dahil wala sa profile ko yon. So, import. Tawag dito, it's something like from Dennis. Hindi ito. UEL siya. Bridge girder. No. Parang mali. Sorry Parang may mali. Dapat yata is LIS pala yung inano nyo. Yung inimport nyo. LIS merge. Okay. Ulit tayo doon sa sa profile catalog. Medyo na confuse ako dito kasi dalawa kasi siya. Yung bridge girder na UEL, that's a custom component. Then doon sa catalog, ang kailangan yung import is LIS. Import LIS. Okay, and then save the model folder. Okay, ang lalabas sa inyo, kapag tama yung ginawa natin, ito yung bridge girder natin. This one. Here. Ito yung bridge girder natin. So this one is a combination of profile. At the same time, naglagay ako ng black sa edge, sa two end. Okay? Usually ganito yung di ba, mga bridge girder. Pero it could be any shape. Okay? So ngayon, ito yung gagamitin natin dito. Nakita nyo to? So, gagawin natin dyan is, select natin yung bridge girder, and then pick 1, 2. Okay? So ngayon, makikita natin, nasa ilalim, di ba? Ang gawin lang, double click, and then yung position, gawin natin siyang front. 0. Front 0. Okay? Front 0. Pero, okay, merong but. But, ang problema dito is, yung aking custom component is, hindi ako nagkaroon ng parameter to extend. Okay? So, we need to extend this one manually. Okay? Look, this one, you can just simply move, and then maybe move this one here. Kung 2,000 yan, i-move natin ng, magkano yung gap? Kung 100, lagay natin ng 950. Move ng 950. Oops, hindi siya. Okay, may mali. Okay, undo. Ganito na lang gawin natin. Since hindi niya siya ma-move, ang gagawin natin is mag-offset na lang tayo ng points para ma-sure. Okay, dito offset tayo ng points. This one, let's say 950. Apply, and okay. So pick mo yung point dito, offset, and then pick mo yung point dito, and then offset. So with that, ito na ngayon yung i-click ko. Kasi ayaw siyang gumana, may naiwan eh. Okay? So double click, and then here, position, 0, and then front, modify. So kung gusto mong i-adjust pa rin siya, di ba? Kung gusto mong magkaroon pa rin siya ng gap, pwede kang maglagay dito ng 10 mm, modify. So magkakaroon siya ng gap. Depends, okay? Or 0 lang muna. Nakuha nyo? Ulit. Ulitin natin ha. Okay. Originally, meron tayong points dito, di ba? Dapat ito yung 2 points natin. This point and this point. Tama? Ang ginawa ko, nag-offset pa ako ng 950 sa left, 950 sa right. Or kaya, yung points ko rito, nag-move, kinapi ko rito ng 950 and 950 para yung beam ko is, yung part ng beam is sitting on the bearing. Kasi kung hindi, half lang ng bearing yung nakasit, di ba? So, kailangan i-offset ko ng konti. So, ngayon, hindi siya gumana kanina noong sinelect ko yung ano. Kasi, kanina, ang ginawa ko is this. Sinelect ko to, and then dito, pero hindi siya gumana. Okay, 0. By the way, pwede natin itong front, modify, apply. Pag in-apply mo siya, ibig sabihin, yung susunod na ipipick mo, ganito na yung magiging forma niya. Apply. So kanina, hindi gumana noong sinelect ko ito. Or maybe, mali yung pagkakaselect ko. 950. See? Hindi siya gagana. Alright? Or, tingnan natin kung direct modification will do the work. Okay? Sa direct modification po pwede. So, select mo lang tong point na to. And then, move mo siya rito. Type mo is 950. Yan, pwede siya sa direct modification. Okay? 950. Ngayon, kung ayaw nyong gamitin yung direct modification, the other way is mag-offset ka ng point from here. Dito. I'm sorry. Again, remove the direct modification. Pick mo to 1 and then 2. Yan. Okay? So, ulitin natin ha. Kung sakali na ipinik mo tong point na to and then you want to offset na 950, you need to turn on the direct modification. So direct modification, then isi-select mo lang yung handle na to and then move. I-move mo siya rito. Make it straight and then you type 950. And then the other one, ganon din. Move 950. Okay? And then, all you have to do is to copy. Copy 1 from this point to this point, to this point. Sa direct modification, halimbawa dito, nag-click tayo ng direct modification dito. Select mo yung direct modification. Kung mapapansin nyo, halimbawa, ulit, select mo to. Pag sinelect mo siya as direct modification, ganyan ang original, no? Pag i-move mo yung cursor mo, somewhere here, makikita mo yung total length. Pag nakita mo yung total length, puntahan mo lang yung arrow. Itong arrow na to. Click mo yung arrow. Arrow going forward is positive. Pag negative, lagyan mo lang ng negative. Halimbawa, gawin ko tong negative 950, babalik siya doon sa original form. Pero pag tinype ko is 950, so mas madali, hindi mo na siya i-stretch. Select mo lang yung arrow para doon sa direction na pupuntahan mo. Okay, so ang next natin is we're going to bring up the bridge deck. The bridge deck. Kinopya nyo yung di ba, yung AutoCAD profile. So in Tekla Structure, kapag meron na kayong AutoCAD profile as a shape, no need for you to reinvent or no need for you to create. Pero this one will be a fixed profile. Fixed profile means you cannot change the width, you cannot change the height. Unlike doon sa kanina na ginawa natin na parametric cross-section, you can change the width and height. Pero pag ito ay galing sa AutoCAD with a shape, it will be fixed. Okay? So that's the difference. So ngayon, paano natin kukuhanin yung profile na yon dito sa model natin? Okay? Okay, look. Punta tayo dito sa right-hand side and then you type here DWG. Punta tayo sa components and catalog or application and components. Then you type DWG. Okay? So under this, double-click the profile to library. Double-click nyo yung profile to library. And then, select parameters. And then, i-type nyo yung input file. And then look for the box girder DWG. And then hit OK. Right? And then, yung section name, ano ba yung section name na ilalagay natin? Sabihin na natin na yung section name is BGIR or box girder. And then, type natin yung, yung pinaka-profile name natin is BG or box girder, then 1,000. Okay, kailangan nating ilagay yung proper naming dyan, ha? Yung proper naming. Okay, and then, punta tayo dito sa profile attributes. Mapapansin nyo, meron ditong type. You select question mark. Okay, apply, and okay. So, once you apply and okay, nailagay na natin yung proper naming, all you have to do is to pick 2 points. Parang beam lang to. Papasok kasi siya sa beam profile. So look, pag nag-pick tayo ng 1, 2, eto na yung profile natin. There you go. So any shape of the profile, if you have the AutoCAD, you can bring in inside Tekla Structure. And then the good thing is this one, if you inquire part, there will be a calculated volume of the concrete. Imagine volume of the concrete. Kung gagawin nyo yan sa, alam ba, may AutoCAD nga kayo, different, so creation pa lang ng volume ng concrete nito, I think it takes time. With the weight. Okay? Now, if you double click on this one, eto na yung profile name natin, BG 1,000 or kung ano man ang profile na name na gusto nyo ilagay dyan. So this time around, you can now apply that one on the top of the bridge or of the crosshead. Okay? So I'll leave it to you now as your exercise. But before that, you can have we can have a coffee break. Okay? So for the box girder, type lang natin dito is box girder or maybe lagay lang natin na bridge deck. Bridge deck. Okay? And then yung profile, hanapin ngayon natin dito yung BG star. So kung mapapansin nyo, nilalagay ko lang hindi yung full name, BG and then star. Parang nagse-search tayo. Star key is parang filtering anything So BG 100, apply and okay. So dito, gagawin ko is let's say color green or whatever color. Front, okay? So pick this one. Pick this point. And then pick this point and there you go. So now, meron ako dito, oops, kulang. And then I have to move this one front, let's say 250, modify, there you go. Okay? And then, ito, pwede ko pa siyang i-extend ng, let's say, sabihin nating 5,000. But again, this one is something like consider as a CIP. So kung mapapansin nyo, merong difference dito. Okay? Merong difference. It's either maglagay tayo ng block dito sa baba, iangat natin yung crosshead para magpantay siya, or meron siyang toppings, or depende kung anong para magpantay siya. Kasi minsan may mga cases na from this point, naglalagay siya ng block to elevate this crosshead para ito umangat at the same level ng bridge deck, wherein maybe plus slab. Okay? Or else, this time, gano bang, pag sinunod natin to with the slab, magiging masyadong makapal naman yung slab natin. Okay? So, it's better to put that one on the crosshead. Pero, it's just an example. Now, in this case, kung sakali na itong bridge deck natin is segmented bridge deck, okay? The good thing is, we can just easily split. We can just easily split. So, select this one. So, usually, ilang bang split niya? Halimbawa, halimbawa, itong sa crosshead is maybe 9 meter. Then, next is, let's say, 4 meter. Next is 4 meters. 4 meters. So, you can easily split. Okay, dito is 9 meters ulit. And then, here, 4 meters. So, even you do that one manually, madali pa rin. And there you go. So, segmented bridge deck na siya. And this is something like the basic one. At least, I mean, so hopefully at the end of this day, you have this. And then we can i-export ko ngayon to later, lalagay natin sa HoloLens para makita natin yung ginawa natin. Okay? For rebar, let's start with this let's start with the foundation. Okay, for the foundation. So for the foundation, meron tayong tinatawag dito na pile cap. This pile cap. I don't know if this one works, pero let's try. So, if I apply this one, wala akong gagalawin dito. I will just use the default, and then later we can change, ha? So, i-type mo lang yung pile cap, and then once you apply, and then pick the object. I'm going to select this object. Sinelect ko lang yung foundation. Okay. So, meron siyang reinforcement top and bottom. Ngayon, for the adjustment, kung mapapansin nyo, for the adjustment, kailangan nating i-extend yung bend sa bottom. Halimbawa, primary bottom bars. Kung mapapansin nyo rito, yung ating, we uses T20. And then this one is a straight one. And then bend length left. Kung ito is 2.5, then I can say I'll put here 1.5 and then here 1.5 and then modify. Look what will happen. Na-extend, di ba? Extended siya. Both end. Ngayon, that is the primary bar. How about the secondary bar? So, gawin din natin dito, 1.5 and then 1.5. Modify. And there you go. So, ngayon, yung primary top bar, we'll just put another 1.5 as well, and dito is 1.5. So, magkakaroon siya ng overlapping. Dito, magkakaroon siya ng overlapping. So, later, we'll change the overlap. So, palitan muna natin to ng 20 dia bar uli. Okay? 20 dia bar. And then, the secondary top bar, palitan din natin to ng 20 dia bar, and then 1.5, 1.5. So, kaya ako ginawang 1.5, 1.5, meron siyang, magkakaroon siya ng splice na 1 meter. Ngayon, Depende kung gaano kalaki yung i-splice nyo. So, i-extend nyo na lang yung size. Depende sa design. Okay? So, ang tanong dito, paano kaya ito? May collision. Diba? May collision. Actually, yung collision dito, actually it should be okay kasi sa layout naman nila sa site, they can move it left or right. Pero, in this case, kung gusto natin na magkaroon ng positioning ng ating top bar and left bar, top bar and bottom bar. So let's try under the picture on top bar, tingnan natin spacing, hindi makikita natin yung start end nito So halimbawa ito, instead na 25, I'll put it 50, modify. Gumana ba siya? Ha? Yeah, it's a cover siya ng laser bar no? So 25. Tingnan natin kung primary bar direction, bar longer, shorter dimension. Okay. Kasi kung hindi natin mapapagana to, kailangan natin siyang i-move manually. Subukan natin to by method, by spacing or number of bars. Siguro gawin natin to na 250, modify. So parang ganyan. Ayan, gumalaw na siya. Okay? Yes. Paki-delete yung paki-delete yung rebar. So kindly type here footing. Pad footing. Nakita nyo yung pad footing reinforcement? So sa pad footing reinforcement, okay, look. One click. Ayun, one click. Sa pad footing reinforcement. Okay? Now, ang gagawin lang natin dito is yung ating primary bar, maglalagay lang tayo ng bend. Okay? Gawin nating 90 degrees. 90 degrees. Kaya lang straight kasi siya, hindi na siya yung dalawang set. Isang buo siya. So ngayon, kung kailangan nyo, kaya depende pa rin, depende pa rin sa design requirements nyo ng rebar. Kung dalawang bottom at saka top, then use the pile cap. Ito is just an example na sa pad footing reinforcement na isa lang. Okay, isa lang. And then, look, pag ginawan mo siya ng bend, okay, and then yung ating secondary bar, lalagyan mo rin siya ng 90 degrees bend. Modify. So something like this. And then yung laser bar natin, lagyan lang natin siya ng number of bar. So halimbawa, gawin natin na 10, modify, then, or let's say 12. Ayun, meron na siyang laser bar. Okay? Save. Now, dito sa pile cap, kindly type number 82. 82. Ano yung 82? Round column reinforcement. Okay? Round column reinforcement. Reinforcement. So dito sa round column, kung mapapansin nyo, once na ikinlik mo tong pile, ayun, may reinforcement na siya. So yung reinforcement dito, kailangan nyo ba ng spiral or yung round? Depende. Ano ba mas madaling i-fabricate? Spiral or yung round? Depende sa fabricator. Minsan may mga fabricator na nakakapag sila, di ba? So, and then yung number of bars dito ng main bar, ito, pwede natin gawin, let's say 15, modify, mas masinsin siya. Okay? And then yung ating stirrups, lakihan natin yung stirrups natin. Okay. Stirrups, attributes. So, kung mapapansin natin, stirrups, gawin natin na let's say 16. Modify. Ngayon, dito sa top part, kailangan natin na mag-extend ng rebar, starter bar, no? So, punta tayo sa main bars. So, under ng main bars, by the way, yung stirrup pala dito, pwede nating i-move yung ating pwede nating gawing 100, modify, para bumaba siya ng konti. Okay? And then, sa ating main bar, ang gagawin natin, to extend, okay, i-hide ko muna to hide. Paano mag-hide? Select mo yung reinforcement dito sa reinforcement sa foundation and then right-click, hide. Hidden, hindi ko dinelete hinide ko lang. Para maliwanag yung gagawin natin dito, makita natin kung paano natin i-connect tong ating starter bar sa file. So, balik tayo sa main bar. Ito, gawin nating, let's say, I don't know, 2 meters. 2 meters. And then this one is 500. Modify. Look what will happen. Okay? So kung gusto mong maglagay dito ng stirrups, paano natin lalagyan ng stirrups yan? Under the stirrups, instead na 100, gawin natin tong negative 1,900. Modify. Ayun. Pasok pa rin siya. Are we clear? So, ginawa ko siyang 1,900 negative para lumabas siya sa concrete. Pag positive, papasok siya sa loob ng concrete kasi yung ating concrete is na andito lang. And then this component is for pile only. It doesn't consider the outside concrete. So kung kailangan nating extend yung concrete outside, then we have to type minus or negative. Okay? So kung okay tayo dito, then the work is done because apply lang natin to and then look. Select mo yung round column and then make a window. Ano window, select. Ayun. Hindi mo na no need for you to do the copy and paste or copy to another object kasi i-select mo lang yung kahit itong lahat na to, select mo lang siya. Meron na siyang reinforcement sa lahat. Same setting, of course. And then, redraw. So, lalabas ngayon yung reinforcement dito. Ang tanong, doon ba sa footing natin, pad footing, pag ginamit natin siya sa slab, anong kalalabasan? Illegal output. Hindi siya gagana. Pero, is there any component that we can use? Pwede siguro gamitan natin ng itong mesh bar. Ang pangalan lang niya is mesh bar, pero it's a bar group as well. See? Mesh bar, pero bar group pa rin. Okay? Or else, kung talagang ang gusto natin ay ito kasi kapag ikinat natin, I think tingnan ko kung magre-react, kung lalagyan ko ng line cut. Alam ko hindi magre-react to Yan walang reaction Wala siyang reaction. So it's not meant for that particular So pinaka the best pa rin is using this mesh bar. Kasi yung mesh bar automatic susunod siya doon. Kahit lagyan mo siya ng pag nilagyan mo siya ng bend dito, bend and condition. So ito. Okay? And then modify. See? Susunod siya. Okay? So that's the difference. So different component. Okay, so far, any question? Meron na tayong reinforcement sa foundation. May reinforcement na tayo sa pile. Especially, okay, if you're managing the project, at least, from your side, alam mo na kung ano yung nangyayari sa project mo. Alam mo kung ganong karaming reinforcement ang kakailanganin. You can easily calculate the number of reinforcement here. Bakit? Kasi, sa number of reinforcement here, kapag nira natin yung numbering, okay, look ha. Let me just show you something about the report for the reinforcement. Okay. Copy. Okay, look at this ha. Unfortunately, I think wala to sa model nyo. So halimbawa, gusto kong malaman yung dami ng reinforcement dito. Ito. O kahit isa lang. Wag na yung marami, masyadong overkill pag marami. Ito. So, okay, tanungin ko kayo. Can you give me the bar bending schedule of this? Of course, yung sagot no, yes, di ba? Yes. The next question is, how much time should I wait for you to give me the detailed bar bending schedule of this? Without using Tekla.
Sa amin naman,
Isang linggong pag-ibig. Isang linggo. For this lang, ito lang ha. Ito lang ha. Isang linggo to, ito lang. Okay, I mean, the answer of course comes from you ha. So in my case, to give you the details of that bar bending schedule, in PDF format, in Excel format, or by the way, I have the PDF format. So, select ko lang to and then create from selected. Sabihin na natin, iselect ko na lahat yan. Hindi, pare-pareho naman siya. So, it's a multiply lang siya. Pare-pareho naman siya. Okay, all I have to do is to create selected. So, I think kung ipakita ko sa ito in one day, that's, kumbaga, it's amazing time na yon for kung may gawa ko to ng one day, di ba? Pero dito, create from selected, less than a minute, less than 10 seconds. Ito na yung bar bending schedule mo. Pare-pareho siya, kaya ganyan. Pero, of course, imagine mo. Kasi, standard naman siya. Pero ito, hindi siya isang linggo kung gantong ka-standard. Pero syempre, kung yung different shape, pero nakita mo naman yung difference niya. Less than 5 seconds, ito na yung report niya kasi halos pare-pareho naman siya. So, ito na yung bar bending schedule, yung kung saan siya nakabilang sa C1, sa C1. So later on, pag nag-create pa tayo ng rate, okay, I think, tingnan natin kung gagana yung rebar dito sa, Okay, gumagana rin. Okay. Pero, this one is something like, hindi ko siya na-set ng individual rebar. Kasi tapered. Kapag tapered, kailangan mo, individual rebar yan eh. Kaya lang dito, is naka-set up siya as a group na meron siyang variation. Kasi pag halimbawa, mga tapered beam, di ba? Meron kasing reporting sa reinforcement na kapag tapered beam, ang reporting nila sa bar bending schedule is, let's say, from 500 to 200. Okay? 500 to 200. Hindi nila i-details ng single bar. Wherein in Tekla structure, you can create a single bar detail. Ibig sabihin, okay, tingnan natin yung ibang report. Halimbawa is report rebar bending list, single bar. Ito, single bar list. Create from selected. Ayan. Ito na yung single bar list. Ano to? In the text file format, hindi sa PDF. Single bar list, ito na siya. Oh. Tingnan mo yung 1.1 to 1.16. So, merong 16 variation ng different size. Bakit? Tapered siya. So, imagine mo yun kung ikakalculate mo isa-isa. And then this one will give you automatically this. Okay? So this one, you can get this report. Pag sinabi nating rebar bending list lang, create from selected, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina. Di ba? Ano siya as a group. Pero hindi mo makikita yung detail ng tapered. Okay, now, okay, the question is, what if your shape is this one? Di ba? Kasi dito sa itong shape na to, I'll be frank to you, wala tayong component dito. Okay, show only selected. Press shift and then show only selected. Ibig sabihin, kapag malaki yung file nyo, gusto mong mag-isolate ng isang part lang para i-reinforce, show only selected. Pag i-click nyo yung show only selected, okay? Kapag nag-click kayo ng show only selected without pressing the shift key, tingnan nyo kung ano mangyayari. Merong ghost image. Di ba? Yan. Meron pa rin ghost image. Ngayon, i-select nyo ulit siya, and then right-click, show only selected but press shift key. Shift. There you go. Direct notification. Okay? Yun yung difference ha. Kapag meron siyang, ganoon din sa hide. Kapag nag-hide ka without pressing the shift key, then meron siyang mga line. Pero with pressing the shift key, then everything will be hidden, the selected part. Okay, now, dito talagang hindi ako sure about the reinforcement. Halimbawa, kung maglagay ako ng rectangular column, click, look what will happen. Charan! So, hindi siya nako-consider. It considered the boundary for the rectangular. Ngayon, pag ginamitan ko naman siya ng 82, hindi siya nababasa, di ba? Ano ang gagamitin ngayon natin? Manual. So kung manual, paano ngayon natin gagawin ang manual nito? Kasi sa manual nito, dalawa kasi yung bar natin. Halimbawa, kung bar group, pag dinouble click natin yung bar group, okay, look, 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, middle button of your mouse, and then from this point to this point. Sorry. This one should be normal. Okay, again. 1, 2, okay. Ito yung shape natin. So, ibig sabihin, 1, 2, 3. Okay, look. Pero, this one, i-check lang natin kung gagana ha. Meron tayong tinatawag dito na radius. Itong bending radius. So dito is 42. And then space, medyo kung 2,000, space 42. Hindi siya gagana. 1,000. Ayun, no? Parang ganito. So hindi talaga siya, mahirap siyang gamitin. Okay? But let's try the other reinforcement. Okay. From the rebar, you will find this one, you will find the rebar set. Rebar set. Makikita nyo rito yung yung crossing. Nakita nyo yung crossing and then longitudinal. Okay, let's say select the crossing. Kapag sinelect natin tong crossing, pwede nating palitan yung size niya ng let's say 16 mm. Let's say edge. Okay, look. Crossing, 16 mm edge, and then the target spacing is 200. So, tingnan nyo ha. Look at my cursor.
Wala pong lumalabas.
Ha?
Wala pong lumalabas.
Sa inyo, walang lumalabas? Sa iba? Ulit. Crossing. I-move ko lang yung cursor ko doon sa shape. And then click. Ano mangyayari? Click, and then middle button of your mouse. Splitter. Kita niyo yung splitter? Ayun, nag-split siya. Ayun yung splicing niya. Then doon sa splicing, pag i-click nyo yung guidelines sa splicing, pwede mo siyang standard lapping or custom lapping. So, halimbawa, lap length, 1 meter. Modify. Ayun, no? May splice na siya doon. And then, lagyan pa natin siya ng splice dito sa kabila. Select muli siya. Splitter. Dito. See? So, dalawa na yung splice niya. Sa left and right. Okay? Nakuha nyo? Splitter. Make it sure, sa rebar set kasi, kailangan, very important na you select the, what do you call that? You need to select the direct modification. Ngayon, the question is, how about the vertical bar? Okay? The vertical bar. So this time, you use the longitudinal. So ito, and then this one. Yung dalawang side na yon. Middle button of your mouse, palitan natin ng kulay. Longitudinal, gawin natin to na, let's say, 25. And then, blue. Okay? So, look. I-select mo uli yung shape na yan. Yung shape. Pag na-select mo na siya, makikita mo yung red, magenta and yellow. Yun yung range kung saan niya ilalagay yung vertical. So, kapag ipinik mo to, 1, and then ito, shift to middle button of your mouse, yun, meron na tayong vertical bar doon. How about doon sa sa round? Okay, sa round, you have to click. I think you have to click something like this. Tingnan natin kung gagana. Nope, it doesn't work that way. Pero sa round, madali na yon. Subukan natin uli. Crossing. Nope. Alam ko sa longitudinal dapat gagana rin siya. Okay, something wrong with that. Anyway, sa longitudinal, let me think of other solution for that curve. Pero for sure, pwede yan. So sa ngayon, ang mangyayari dito is yung itong ating vertical, kailangan nating i-extend, di ba? Kaya kailangan nating i-extend. So, end detail, sa end detail, so kung mapapansin nyo rito, yung end detail, ito end detail, end type, hook, straight, pero ang kailangan natin is length, adjustment, leg length. So halimbawa, 1.5, enter, no. Negative. Ah, okay. Saglit, ha? End of set, 1 meter. Ayun. So, kailangan natin is end of set, then 1 meter. Or 1.5. Kung kailangan natin ng bend dito, maglalagay lang tayo dito ng custom hook, and then angle 90 degrees, length, let's say 500, radius, let's say 30, modify. Or negative 90, modify. Ayun. So, gawin natin tong 1 meter as well. So, something like this. And then, yung next bar, ganon din. I-select natin tong bar na ito, and then end detail. So, click mo lang yung end detail dyan. Yun, lalabas na yung reinforcement there. Sa taas, ganon din. Maglalagay ka lang din ng end detail. Select mo siya. End detail. Pero, tanggalin mo tong hook. Straight lang siya. Para pag i-click mo siya, straight. And then this one will be straight as well. This one. Straight. Ibang way ang, this one, you have a different way of adding the reinforcement using the bar group. At saka kagandahan nito, kung mapapansin nyo, no? This one, no? Automatically, nag-a-adjust siya doon sa position ng rebar. Hindi siya nagtatouch each other. Kasi meron tong option, tingnan nyo ha. Halimbawa, itong rebar na to, sinelect mo tong contextual toolbar, nakalagay dito, move to the outermost layer or move to the innermost layer. Kapag sinabi ko na move to the outermost layer, look what will happen. Nagpalit siya ng positioning. Kapag sinabi ko na move, select, move to the innermost layer, ayun, palit uli siya ng positioning. So this is the, what do you call that? This is the rebar set of Tekla structure. And then, if you redraw, ayan. Ayan na yung position natin. So, just to give you the concept of adding the reinforcement here. So, we have a different ways to add the reinforcement. Not mentioning, you can create your own reinforcement using the custom component. Actually, sa bridge deck, pwede rin siya. Ayan. See? Look at the bridge deck. Pwede rin siya. Ang hindi lang siya po pwede dito. Ito dito. Medyo... Ba't kaya hindi siya pwede rito? Ano ko, meron akong... okay. Let's try this one, ha? Let's see. Show only selected. Kasi gusto kong ma-reinforce tong ano eh. Gusto kong ma-reinforce tong itong gilid na to eh. Using the bar group. Kung mapapansin nyo rito, sa bar group, meron tayong tinatawag na alam ko merong arc eh. Hindi. Curve. Curve to eh. Teka, subukan natin to. Tapered curve. So, 1. Pick the shape. 1. The tapered curve din to eh. Sige, anyway, let me check I think there's a component for that eh. Okay, so far, ito yung ating reinforcement. And again, you can easily get the bar bending schedule there. Okay, so ito, ano ba to? Show only selected. So let's see, can we add the reinforcement in this shape? Crossing. Look, so 1, 2, crossing. And then 1, sorry. I think hindi na naman gana to. Okay, 2. Tingnan natin dito. Okay. Ayun. Gumana siya sa ganitong shape. And then longitudinal bar. So meron ka ng reinforcement dyan. So again, it's a matter of, the tools are there. So it's a matter of, the user, the detailer, to lay it out. Okay? Sorry, draw. And, yeah. So,
Ano po yung pinit sa longitudinal?
longitudinal,
Ano po yung pinit ng points po?
dito, you mean dito?
Opo, sir.
Show only selected. Okay. So dito, longitudinal, ayun yung shape, di ba? Sorry. Shape. So itong taas, itong baba. Palagay ko dito sa curve, hindi ulitin natin ha, yung, yun, see? Umano pala siya.
Okay po, sir.
Nag-bend pa rin pala siya doon sa cut, which is good. The rebar set is improving a lot actually.
Lumabas po, sir.
And then this one. Ayun, dito gumana siya, oh. Tama, gumana yung longitudinal bar dito, oh. Doon sa column, hindi eh.
Pipik lang po yung sa gilid, sir.
Yeah. Sa column, gusto ko talaga mapagana yung sa column sa side eh. Alright. Ayun, gumana na. Sabi ko sa inyo, meron yan eh. Nakuha, nagets nyo? Hindi. Okay. Dito kanina, okay, ulitin natin ha. Kanina, sabi ko sa inyo, gusto ko mapagana yan eh. Okay, look. So, kung lalagyan ko siya ng crossing dito, crossing ha, yung crossing natin, let's say gawin natin na 12. Okay, crossing. Middle button of your mouse. Ayun yung crossing natin, di ba? Ngayon, yung longitudinal bar, gagamitin ko pa rin yung crossing. Hindi yung longitudinal. Sa longitudinal kasi ayaw gumana. So gagamitin ko yung crossing. Halimbawa, palitan natin to ng 25 and then make it red. Okay, look. See? Or dito. Middle button. Oh, sorry, undo. Dito siguro. Ayun, oh. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I think this is good, and let's stop.